See, Taimou's like that guy in every solo queue game where he's like, all right, we're losing. I'm going to go Widowmaker.
Taimou's the guy who thinks he can carry you at Widowmaker and actually can. Out to come back up again. That was the crucial pick that they had to make to open up that fight. They managed to make it work, and...
The duel. Bunny gets a lot of damage on Taimou in trouble. Can he get the kill? Oh, he gets him! What a shot from Taimou!
What's going on, everybody? It's Freedo here for Your Overwatch, and today we're going to be breaking down a pro match VOD between BK Stars and Envious. Envious in the red, BK Stars in the blue. Today we want to be specifically seeing some of the individual play by Taimou. Envious grinded out point A here and eventually got more ults than the enemy team, popped them all, and won the point, and that is all she wrote for that. Now actually fast forward the footage here, because Envious fails to set up a clean engagement. They've had this Graviton for a few fights, but weren't able to get any money out of it. So Mickey never launched it, and the team fight sort of just slowly trickled out from there. Taimou elects to go on the Widowmaker because he keeps dying on everything else that he plays, playing up close. And Widow is the type of carry hero that you can make impact by yourself. Tracer does this, Widow does this. They're type of characters that if you find them in the positions that they want to be in, they can win the game for your team if you can make the plays that are necessary. Now, finally, they find Grav. They shoot through the shielding, finish things off, have man advantage, Harry Hook pops tack visor on the outside, and everything gets cleaned up. Point 2, easy peasy, but now is when it gets interesting. Now Taimou is going to get a chance to show us what his Widowmaker can do and the individual impact that he can have on the character. They win point 2 and they start pushing up here, and Taimou hits an insane flick shot onto the Tracer's dome and goes up on the top rope to try to peek over the top and nearly gets the Ana there. And I want to carefully look at the mechanical usage of Widowmaker that Taimou displays for us. Really clean crosshair movement and discipline on where he trains his aim. Now, obviously here he knows the McCree is coming around the corner, but he keeps the crosshair at head height when he takes these duels against the characters that he's fighting. Look to see how the Tracer's head pops up into the spot that he's pre-aiming. This isn't even a flick shot, and I know Taimou's famous for flick shots, but what he showed us here is impeccable crosshair discipline. Not to mention, it's also important to know how characters move, because that's one of the most difficult things about hitting shots in Overwatch, is understanding the animations and how the hitboxes of the characters that you're shooting at are going to operate, because they all move a little bit differently. Some of them have fluid head motions where they bob side to side. Some are more mechanical and stiff and quick in the way they pop in and out of place. And understanding that is how you really develop your Widowmaker shot, because it isn't just about being able to handle your mouse and your aim, it's also about knowing what you're looking for when you're aiming. Now here I'm going to break down the sensational duel that Taimou wins against Bunny on Tracer. Bunny is a top flight Tracer, and you can tell by his movement and for the fact that he almost wins this duel like he kind of should have anyway. But how did Taimou outplay him here? Well, strong fundamental play does it, and we can see it very carefully how both players are interacting with the knowledge of the win condition of the duel based upon the aim that Taimou takes and the motions that Bunny takes to try to throw him off. Blinks up the stairs, and he actually baits out the headshot so that he can reset Taimou's charge. This means that he has some time to close the distance, shoots a few shots, and look how Bunny perfectly times the dodge in line with the timing where he thought Taimou would have his charge shot ready at, and he guessed exactly right. Taimou's crosshair positioning was absolutely perfect, but Bunny ducked his head as soon as it came in, causing it to miss. After dodging another shot, Bunny closes the distance yet again, and if you look carefully, ducks as the shot comes in once again, getting Taimou into very critical territory, and Taimou flies up into the sky like Spider-Man to try to avoid as much damage as he can, because the farther away he is from the Tracer, the less damage that he can take. And now we're at an angle where it would be pretty difficult for Bunny to get a lot of purchase out of that duck maneuver. But really, 3 times the charm, man. How many Widowmaker shots can you expect the Tracer to dodge? And this brings me to a different point about Widowmaker. The way the characters move in this game, it is incredibly possible to miss shots on Widow that you aimed perfectly. That sounds like a silly thing to say, but since the characters have abilities to dodge you and their animations are so quick and instant, whether they're using a dodge ability or simply just moving and strafing and jumping, you can find yourself going for a perfect shot that you would have hit if they didn't dodge away, but you physically can't react perfectly every time. The human brain can only react so quickly to the things they're looking at To some degree, you can't react to the things that your opponents are doing, and you have to predict their movement somewhat and go for a shot actively. And if they happen to dodge it, there's nothing you can do. I mean, Taimou's the best Widowmaker in the world and still missed these headshots because Bunny moved perfectly until, of course, he finally found it and was an inch away from death himself. If we look back to these kills that he got with his sights, the same principles apply. It's just a little bit more clear and obvious when we have the sights up. Crosshair positioning is trained exactly at head height, so when the McCree comes around the corner, he gets domed easily. It doesn't matter how good Taimou is at flick shots, you don't want to be going for flick shots if you don't have to. Far better to have perfect crosshair placement. Blink and you'll miss it, and the same exact thing happens against this Zarya. As characters turn and strafe in Overwatch, their heads and positioning can move so quickly that it can be nearly impossible to hit shots that you think you should get. And this is why randomized movement when you're trying not to get shot by these shots is incredibly important. Because this Zarya takes a step up as if she's going to continue down the walkway, as soon as she dips back even a pixel in Taimou's scope, it throws off his aim and it misses. This is why, generally speaking, the best way to prepare to shoot as Widowmaker is to place your crosshair in the most likely position that you're going to be able to get the shot, and then flick when you need to. So as soon as you see them moving and you want to go for the shot, you do a micro adjustment to your aim in order to flick to the position. Anytime you can aim perfectly at the angle that your opponent is coming at, trapping them in that death shot is the best way to go because it's the cleanest, most reliable shot you can take. Let's look back at the Tracer duel again. As she comes up the staircase, Taimou places where she's going to be and goes to do a flick to adjust to where she's going, but her lack of movement actually dodged the shot. Second shot, he's trying to find the reins and she ends up ducking under it. He places his crosshair down the balcony about a blink's distance away from where she's standing, but instead of going the way he predicts, she blinks towards him in an aggressive move that throws off his pre-aim. This shot is pure reaction and there's no way he can even see what he's shooting at. He's trying to just find some damage before he loses this duel, which up to this point, without a shot on the Tracer yet, and her recall available, all the smart money is on Bunny to win this duel, with Taimou losing hit points rapidly. He swings around in a desperation scenario, gets maximum elevation, and because Bunny thinks that Taimou's so low that he should just win the duel anyway, he stops doing his shake and bake tactics, and if you give Taimou a second to find your head, it's going to get hit. The point I want to make clear is, Taimou played perfectly in each shot to the best of what you could feasibly expect a human being to be able to do. A huge percentage on whether those shots hit or miss is on the enemy character dodging him. But at the end of the day, that's simply just what Overwatch is. There's play and counterplay. Insane aim can take you really, really far, but a big percentage of that working is dependent on the enemy failing to use their movement or their abilities and getting hit by it. This is why I actually argue that Overwatch is a much harder esport than people give it credit for. Because in other games where they play more static, in terms of the movement that the enemy is able to do on you is so predetermined that a huge percentage of your guesswork can be done for you, the aim and consistency that you need to hit targets like these is insane. Even with perfect mechanics, your enemy can still dodge your shots. So in effect, it constantly forces you to play better and better. The bar for performance on DPS roles like Widowmaker is higher than it is in some other games because the opportunities that you have to hit a shot are so far and few between. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. It really does help us out and lets us know that you're enjoying the content. Be sure to carefully place your mouse over the like button with Taimou-esque efficiency, so you be sure you hit the shot. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe. We do upload each and every day, so you're gonna wanna hit the bell icon to make sure you don't miss an upload and you join the notification squad. Other things for you to check out, linked in the description, is our Discord server, our Twitter, and our Twitch page where we stream each and every day. That's been it for me. I've been FREEDO for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.
Go, nice dodge on the hook. Mickey cleans up the kill onto Bunny. That's a reflect, but not gonna hit.
Now Carpet comes on the side though. Oh, it gets him! Short range.